Hey, welcome back. Are you excited? You always get I think we have a new dance for them today, though.
Oh God!
What's the new dance? What's the new dance, friend? We had just did it. You know that?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, go. Word. It's cold in here.
Just let's do our regular dance.
No, I can't contain myself.
No, come on, please. Okay.
Can we show them why we can't contain?
Okay, so an episode, I forgot which number.
I wonder how will we be dancing, how be hearing like how it sounds to them when they listen to it in the car. Like all they hear is this.
Oh, sorry for the people in the car. Y'all need to, if you're listening to us right now live from your car or anywhere that you can't see us, make sure that you go watch the real episode on YouTube as well so you can see all of the shenanigans. But we definitely appreciate everybody who's listening in and tuning in without seeing us. I hope that y'all still feel the love and still feel the energy. Okay. Everybody, but wait.
Okay. I messed it up, huh? Okay.
Everybody. Not yet.
Okay.
Bring in the bass.
I was about to say, hold it.
Everybody had a chance to vote, so this is the planner design that we went with.
Isn't it so beautiful?
It's beautiful. We're still having a decision on if we're going to go gloss or matte.
How they be doing their hands?
How they be doing their hand? Gloss or matte. So one of these is matte, one of these are glossy. So when we figured that out, we'll be able to go ahead and start putting people on a wait list to get these. So we're very excited about the exit planners. I'm just going to open it for you. It's very big.
And once it run out, it run out.
Well, y'all can't see, but just wait and see. But once
it's a lot of tea in here.
It's a lot of tea. Open yours, fam. Smooth, get us. Over your face. Oh. Okay.
For those of y'all listening, take pictures because we love it so much.
Okay. So let's get into the episode. We want to first start out with a very sensitive topic at this time on these U.S. grounds. So everybody's always excited to get their passport and to leave the country, but are U.S. citizens protected when they leave the country by our government system that we put so much taxes into? So recently, Britttney Griner penned a letter to Biden, and she basically pleaded for him to at least send somebody over there to help her. So how do you feel about that, friend?
First of all, let me just say this. If it was Trump, she would have been out of there.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I know y'all don't like Trump, and I didn't say I was a Trump supporter, but I don't got no problem with the man, and I know he would have got her up out of there. Because Trump know how to talk his to get what he wants.
And I will be the first one to say it, and I know millions of Americans feel it, but Trump has been one of the best presidents other than Obama.
You love Trump.
I love Trump. It was so much money flowing. It was so many opportunities. Like, even though he a little bit off the rocker, he was a very good president to me. I mean, ever since Biden got in office, we didn't get the money for the HBCs like HBCUs like we were supposed to, and I'm a proud graduate of a HBCU. We did not receive no more stimmies. I loved my stimmies.
Did you get a stimmy?
I got a stimmy.
I didn't get one.
Ellie got a stimmy.
They told me I couldn't get one.
Oh, we got stimmies. But to mirror this situation,
so they owe me some money.
Yeah, $1,600.
Twice or once?
Twice.
Oh.
But to mirror this situation to something that I went through about a year ago, it'll be a year in a couple of days. Me and my ex went to Dubai, and he brought something that was illegal in Dubai but legal in the United States, and they took him to jail directly from the airport. And when I tell you they was trying to keep him in jail for the rest of his life.
So you didn't even get to experience Dubai?
I'm gonna tell you the story.
Okay.
But when they took him to jail in Dubai because he brought something illegal that was illegal in Dubai, but it wasn't illegal in the United States. And by the grace of God, I used my platform to bring awareness to what was going on. And somebody reached out and they said they had a tribe in Dubai that could get in touch with the president's lawyer.
Shut up.
They had to get in touch with the president's lawyer to get him out of jail. He was going to sit in there for the rest of his life. No exaggeration. He was going to sit in there for the rest of his life. We had to get the president's lawyer, and even then we had to really fight, and we had to pay $50,000 to bring him home. So to speak on the Britttney Griner situation, I don't feel like it should take that much for a vape pen. It's a vape pen.
That's what it was?
It was a vape pen.
Okay, so do you feel like if she was in the NBA or if it was a man, that she would still be, you know, or they would still be over there.
I just don't think the U.S. is fighting hard enough for Britttney. I do think that,
in general.
And women in general. I just don't feel like we're fighting as hard as we can for her. We're not bringing enough awareness. We're not hosting rallies. We're not outside trying to bring her home.
Because let me just say this: when Lil Baby and James Harden was stuck over there, they was only stuck over there for 7.2 days, and they brought them home.
And she's been over there for months,
just crying, begging, and pleading.
So on behalf of Beyond the Chair, let's bring Britttney home. Safely,
and
in a good mental health space.
They said she might have 10 years. 10 years. Now listen,
that's a long time.
I don't know who you got to kiss on and fuck. No, I'm just playing. Don't do that. I didn't say that. That was in my head. Okay. Moving on to
Chair Chat, my favorite part.
Yes, Chair Chat.
Well, Chair Chat's not my favorite part. I'm lying.
You know, we know you love to drink.
Okay.
Moving on to Chair Chat. So, you know, hair stores were a magical place. And in Nebraska, for us, that was, you know, because there's not a lot to do. We really, really love a hair store. So it was a place where you can just, you know, bring your friends and just have fun. So we have a really nice, lighthearted clip. Let's show you guys this clip.
Beautiful. And I think that it was very beautiful because she brought somebody who's not really used to Susan. Yeah, she brought somebody who was not really used to the hair store. So just to see her share our culture with somebody who would usually shop at Sally's.
You know what? I actually have a clip like that right now on my phone. My big grown ass, me and my cousin, we go to the hair store to this day, and we just skip down the aisles because it just be so much
When
fun.
I go to the hair store, I go to literally every single. I go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just looking at stuff. It don't matter what. It just gives me
for hairstyles I'm never gonna do.
That I'm never gonna do, and I really love going to the beauty supply. I think the beauty supply is a black girl's heaven. Like that's just something that we love to do.
I be wanting to buy leggings out of there, earrings. You can get you some makeup. You can buy your man a shirt.
You could try all them different Adore hair colors, everything. Not sponsored.
Literally.
Not sponsored.
It's so beautiful. I love it.
So, when we recently attended Essence this past weekend, a business owner dropped a big gem on us, and that was to visit conventions in the industry that you're in. So, for example, we have the Exit Planner. So, with this Exit Planner, if we would have visited a convention that does, what's it called? The writing stuff, like we do journals.
Journaling?
No, stationery. If we went to a stationery convention, we probably would have been able to find a vendor in person. Listen, y'all, listen. I do not support people finding vendors on Alibaba, AliExpress, all of those different type of places. Really? I don't condone it.
I just learned this today.
Yeah, I don't condone it because Alibaba is not really a credible source when it comes to finding a vendor, and they don't give you the best price because they're a middleman.
They don't give you the best price.
They don't, and even though the price is cheap,
it's a good start. So if you started there,
it's not a good start. Really do some legwork and really get out to those conventions. Really get out and meet people.
But let me ask you this though: do you feel like going to a convention is not as productive if you are by yourself? Because if you're by yourself, or maybe it's just you and your child, or you and your cousin, and you just sitting there, you can't really venture out because it's like, who's gonna watch the table? Then it's like, who's marketing?
No. When you go to conventions, you don't sit at a table.
Oh, you saying don't have a booth?
Just no. Go attend. No, because when you go to, like, if we went to a stationary convention, everybody there was still stationary.
So like an expo.
Yes, expo, expo convention, that type of thing. So we would visit and we would go to different people. Like, what do you provide? You make pens, you do that type of stuff.
I gotta like mentally prepare to go to conventions and expos because it'd be a lot of walking.
But you just wanted to go to a restaurant expo.
I did. But they have really good food that you can eat throughout every single booth.
Right. So those are the type of things you should do. So what is your advice to service providers or business owners, period, about actually getting out and doing the legwork instead of going on Alibaba?
You don't want to ask me that question.
Yes, I do.
I'm indifferent because I think if you know how to network and actually use it, because a lot of people just collect business cards. If you just go and collect the business cards, hang it up. Don't do that one. But if you're actually going and you're locking in these people, you're writing down their numbers, and you remember exactly what they're for, and you start getting their price points, and you weed it out while you're there, then absolutely it's great to network and have those connections. But if you're just going collecting business cards and just grabbing samples and throwing it in your bag, it was a waste of time.
But conventions are a great way to meet vendors and manufacturers in person and get the cheapest prices.
So you salon owners and service providers, don't say we never learned you nothing. We said go out there and convention.
We always learned you something.
Okay. So we recently saw a post of a hairstylist lowering her prices to accommodate her clients during the inflation crisis.
So what I feel like about this is I feel like last year or just recently it was a lot of money flowing around. So when a lot of money was flowing around, a lot of people got greedy and started raising their prices. So now that life is starting to get a little bit more regular and back on a not PPP basis. EDIM, SBA. Now that we're going back to living our regular lives, I think a lot of people are trying to bring their prices down to accommodate others so that they can pay their rent. But you should never been greedy and raise your prices.
But you know what I like about this though? I like that she lowered her prices because a lot of people take that one service that they provide and they try to squeeze all the money they can. Hence why our hair be costing way too much.
Yeah.
But instead, actually add on multiple products so you can increase the ticket value. So maybe your sew-ins are cheaper than everybody else's, but you're selling them, you know, like a sew-in oil or some type of, you know, bond. I don't know, whatever you can upsell them. So that way they're spending more money, but they're getting more things. People will spend the money as long as they feel like they're getting a lot.
Right.
But a lot of us want people to spend money, and now our sew-in was $850 when it's like, okay, I got my sew-in for $250. Then I bought some hair oil. Then I bought, you know, a bonnet or whatever, and I bought some hair care products. Now my total is $850, but I went home with more. So even at the ice cream shop, like, I'm increasing my price of the ice cream just by a little bit, but I'm bringing on more products so I can still increase my ticket price without cracking for the ice cream. Does that make sense?
And I feel like a lot of service providers definitely needed to hear it from that point of view. You don't have to crack us over the head for a frontal install when you can provide us with a bonnet, a silk wrap, some hair oil, some hairspray, some lace remover so I can keep my edges. All of those things you can add on to raise your ticket price without cracking us over the head for a style that's only going to last 3 days.
And now you're credible, and now I'm going to keep coming back to you because you didn't crack me. Now I keep spending the same price every single time, but I'm getting more bang for my buck.
True. And that's how a lot of, like, especially the wax places that I go to that are owned by, when they walk you out from
it was owned by who?
Yeah. So the wax places that I go to are owned by, and then they walk you out. They actually want some ingrown hair serum.
Yes, and I always buy stuff.
And you always buy stuff. That's because the wax was so cheap, so they had to upsell you.
I bought a shower bath bomb from one of the places owned by.
Yeah.
I bought a shower bath bomb.
But the thing about it is black people don't think
bomb or nothing, child. It didn't do nothing.
It don't do nothing, but black people don't think upsell. They always think,
how can I get more money out of this one sale? How can this one sale pay all my bills?
Yep, and that's not.
And I'm tired of paying everybody bills.
Godly. All right, let's move on to top topics because these topics are really on the top, and it's a lot of tea within these top topics.
It is. And Tyrese, y'all, he back at it again.
Another with the white bands.
Thank you. Yes. He's doing a lot right now, and you know he had his mental cries for help a while back. Then he got married. She seemed
congratulations. That's Tyrese.
Yeah, what do you want from me? She seemed to have tamed him. Put that whip on him. Then they separated. Then he got with a Nubian black girl. She was really cute. And then they had broke up, but it was like marketing. Then they broke up again, and now he's like, "Oh, I'm just in love with women, and I follow the most beautiful women," and he just can't seem to figure it out. So, do you feel like that's a mental disorder, or do you feel like it's just marketing? Like, what's going on?
I feel like branching off from the Tyrese situation and how he always go through his mental breakdowns, I think that black women should pay more attention to black men and the mental cycles that they go through, because black men have to be so strong. It's like, when do they get time to open up and be vulnerable and talk about what's going on inside of their head? Yes, I would love for my man to cry to me. I won't say that he cries to me like tears, but my man feels very comfortable with coming to tell me things that he's going through and the mental cycles that he's going through, because I'm not judgmental. I'm always there to give good advice, and if I can't give good advice to him in that moment, I will always say, hey, I can't give you any advice at this moment because I've never been through that situation, but I'm always here to listen.
But see, I had somebody that would come to me when they needed to vent, and then when they feeling like their best self, they run into every little hole, chasing every little skirt. But then as soon as they down, they come back to me, and I'm right back to pick them on up and give them a little boost. Then they run right back on out.
No, see, that's different. But what I can say to my black women out there is just let's pay more attention to our black men and let's really be there
and hug them a little tight.
And hug them,
and
yes.
Kiss them.
Hug your black man.
And pray for them when they sleep.
Yes, and don't take any moment with your black man for granted because it can be taken away
and
really
I used to
fast.
Take it for granted.
And don't.
Because hugging a nice little black man. Baby.
I love a black man.
Well, speaking of my girl Nikki and her husband.
A black man.
And he failed to register as a sex offender. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying he's innocent because I wasn't there.
Right.
However, do you feel like that is also a mental illness?
I think that if he knows that he's a sex offender, he needs to register as a sex offender. I mean, you got Nicki Minaj already. You have your son. Your life is set. But I think he needs to register as a sex offender if that's something that he did. I just feel like people with money or people around people with money feel like they can go through different loopholes to not. Yeah, but what's his name?
Petty?
Mr. Petty. If you are a sex offender, if you touch them children, please go register.
Was it a child or was it I don't think it was a child. I think it was just not consent with an adult.
Whatever he did, go do what they telling you to do because now he on house arrest. But one thing about Nicki Minaj, she gonna stand by her man.
She gonna stick beside him. She said, "I'm gonna hug my black man. I'm gonna kiss my black." You think he talked to her about them incidents and be like crying on her about?
I think she already knew about the incidents. I think that Nicki Minaj saved her somebody, so that's why the relationship works because she has a really big ego. I think that's why, and I think that's how you are too. Okay.
Wait, what?
I always say that.
What?
That you like Mighty Trish.
But what you say about my ego?
Oh, you was just crying for 3 hours because of your ego.
Because of who?
Your ego. I'm not going to say what it was, but you was crying 3 hours. That was your ego. That was, nothing else was hurt but your ego.
Really?
Yes.
Moving on. Wendy Williams' show, okay, is coming to an end. That's be trying to put me on blast. I don't ever know what my friend finna say.
She cries over men. Her. This girl.
Was I crying for real?
Oh, look at my eyes. They're so puffy. I have to get to the airport. She cries over men.
You going through something right now, too? Crying.
I cry every day over my man. And I ain't afraid to say it, baby.
The funny thing is, we be doing the same thing, but when I do it, you be like, that's your ego. But when it's
what Monica say? You wrap me in my arms, baby. No, and I love you for that, baby.
When I do it, you be like, Mighty Trish, but when you do it, you be like, absolutely.
You gotta stand on all 10 about your man.
That's why you can give me, because I don't stand on all 10.
Stand on all 10 about your man.
But anyways, so Wendy Williams' show has been canceled, and I love... How you doing, Wendy?
How you doing? She not doing so good.
She not, but I love her.
I still love her.
What I loved about Miss Wendy is because, I was really on my self-disciplinary action, so I wouldn't allow myself to watch TV, but every morning at 10 o'clock, I would allow myself to watch Miss Wendy. And so I was there through it all when she first started, when she used to shade people, when she went through her downward spiral, and now, again, the mental health thing. She got back on drugs, allegedly. Her show has been stripped away from her. Her man has been stripped away from her. He didn't have a baby on her. Oh, Father God, I could see why she fainted. But my thing is this. Do you feel like, again, if it was anybody else, that they would try to come back and save her? Like, they kind of doing Miss Wendy wrong. Like, she didn't set it up for the people to come. Because after Wendy, you had the talk, the chew, the real, the
everything. I definitely feel like Wendy Williams has paved a way in her lane.
Because look at us.
Yes, has paved the way in her shady lane. She made shade worth watching. And I feel like a lot of people that own these networks really prey on black men and women, and they let us build up their networks. They give us a little platform compared to the money that they're making off of us and the shade that we're throwing at our own people. I do feel like it's very sad, but Wendy has to take some type of accountability for the spaces that she allowed herself to be in, as far as if she was doing drugs allegedly.
But the same way we said you gotta hug your black men is the same way you gotta hug your black women. Like, when you are a woman coming up in a male dominant industry, you have to do.
But why would you go do drugs? You know how I feel about drugs. If she wanted to keep her show going, it would still be going. It's up to you.
I don't condone that, but it's like, who was there for her when her man was cheating on her, when she was doing
not
so
cocaine.
Much? Friend, is we gonna hug Wendy the way we gonna hug Tyrese? Yes or no?
I mean, I'm gonna hug her, but she's still strung out. She still lost the show.
But who's she gonna go to?
Who can she run to? To share that sniff and cold. You're not gonna sing that part, huh?
I just want Miss Wendy and anybody else who's going through it, anybody if you have some mental health issues, to talk to somebody.
Yes.
Be real with yourself and remember that there's such a big future ahead of you.
Yes.
Like, do not let temporary moments make a permanent disaster in your life, because you can't always redeem yourself from that.
She's gonna be struggling with this for a very long time.
Speaking of poor choices,
who made a poor choice?
it's time for Tequila Truce.
It's not time for Tequila Truce.
We don't gotta make poor choices right now.
Okay, so we definitely want to highlight a woman in her industry who has been dominating for a very long time in different lanes in her industry. So let's pull up the spotlight for this week. Congratulations to Amira. She just dropped her spice line. And what's very different about her spice line is that half of her spice line is just a spice line, but half of her spice line is infused with marijuana. And I've never seen somebody infuse their spices with marijuana. But even before she's done spices, she owned the Glam Trap, which is a very great salon within the Atlanta area, and she's always paved her own lane. She's always came in as herself and stayed very authentic throughout her whole journey. So congratulations to Amira.
And she's pretty. She's a big boss too.
Yeah, she's a big boss, and hopefully she can come on the show and cook with us. But
you don't
with those spices.
You would try spice marijuana?
No, the other line. I don't do drugs.
That's not a drug.
That's a drug.
She think everything is
a drug.
Okay, so time for a not the best choice. This Tequila Truce. Let's finish this one.
Okay.
Clang, 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 clang. Tap, 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 tap. Okay.
Before we start Tequila Truce, we have a message from our sponsor. So today's episode is sponsored by the Exit Planner, which is a 6-month planner to help service providers ditch the chair. Within the 6 month planner,
I love your corporate voice, friend.
Thank you. Within the 6-month planner, we give you 10 different ways to ditch the chair. We tell you about turning your pain into profit, content that converts, product add-ons, systems and team building, and tune into the next episode to hear the rest of the ways.
Yeah.
So you ready for Tequila Truth?
Absolutely.
I'm drunk.
So I can tell. Let's talk about it. Are relationships and marriage a done deal for real with this generation? Okay, you already know I'm a little in between with that. Who do we blame for this? Men, women, music, finances, what?
Okay, so before I decide if it's men, women, finances, a clip came across my TikTok the other day, and I really want to play that clip because this shit sounds crazy. So play the clip, please.
Running.
I don't do the boyfriends. I don't do the boyfriends.
So what you do?
One night stands. I just said that.
I don't like commitment. I don't do no motherfucking relationship.
You don't do relationship?
Nah, that shit dead for the motherfucking bird. I'm not the marrying type.
I don't do marriage. One night stand.
I'm more of a, solo type of bitch.
Oh, city boy!
It's an evil world we live in.
Sensational.
So, the thing about that is when Future said, it's an evil world. That's what he said. What did he say?
I just feel like it's disgusting. I think everyone's walking around weak and wounded. You know, I think anything that is like not of a certain standard is weak. And I just feel like a lot of people are walking around very weak and wounded. Yes, we all been through some shit, and I'm about to start cussing.
Yeah.
We all done been through some shit, but fix up, because I think it's not okay to, God called us here to have children and, reproduce and be in love. I'm not saying everything's going to be perfect, but everyone's just walking around just so hurt, and I don't like that. Like, I don't know, everybody want to be too cute or so scared to get hurt, so it's like you like him, he like you, but y'all both scared to get hurt, so y'all go hurt each other anyway. Like, it's just a vicious cycle. So at some point, it's like, who and when will it end? Because right now, city boys and city girls is a thing.
City boys and city girls are so against each other. Let's just create city children.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes, let's just create city children. Nobody got time.
I want to be in love. Somebody asked me, like, so how many kids do you want? And then I'm not going to lie. I be telling people I don't want kids. But the only reason why I say I don't want kids is because it's like, I really want to love my man. So it's like, I want to be a wife first. Oh, I'm being soft.
She cries over men.
I'm being soft and
now y'all see what I'm talking about. So I definitely want to touch on something else, because this is how I am in a relationship. In a relationship, for me, I would give... Yes, I would give. I wouldn't give one man. Let me start over. Because I'm drunk.
What's your dream?
So, in a relationship, for me, I'm not giving one man 30 chances. Mm-hmm. I'm giving 30 men one chance. Mm-hmm. And a lot of men always say, so you gonna fuck 30 niggas? How y'all know I'm giving away?
You not.
Yeah, I'm not giving away to all 30 men. Most of the men can't even make it past the first date.
I think out of 30, you would probably have sex with like 2.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, I'm not giving you a lot of chances. As a man, cherish me. If you came to me and you wanted to wife me up or cuff me up or whatever, cherish me while you have me.
But that's the thing, though. They don't have intentions.
No,
they just be bored.
The men that come around me better have intentions, because what my godmother, Lori Harvey, taught me is that after that first chance that he messed up, leave him. Get with his daddy. Get with somebody else.
But the thing is, okay, so I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to tell it myself. I was really in love with someone for years. Mm-hmm. And that person recently just like really moved on and got somebody else. Granted, I did tell this person that I moved on because it's like, I don't, you know how people like.
No, but you was playing and he was serious, and that's why you was crying for 3 hours.
I didn't tell you to say all that. But you know when like, you know when like you in a vicious cycle with somebody and like y'all don't take each other serious, but they still around. It's like that person always got your back, you always got their back. But it's like, I don't want to just keep being there to have your back. It's like, are we going to be serious or we not? So that's why I did tell that person. And when I said that, I was like, I'm ready to really move on and be like, I'm done with this person. So I don't regret telling that person I had somebody, because it's like, I do need to move on.
But the person that you had, you didn't even have.
It wasn't even for real.
Exactly.
But I'm not even talking about that. Even regardless if it was somebody I was talking to or not, right. I want that person, I wanted him to feel like I moved on. So that way we don't got to keep going back and forth.
And then when he moved on, you cried.
Yeah, but I'm going to be over it.
When?
I was over it yesterday. I started yesterday.
So don't call me about it.
I haven't talked to you about it since yesterday.
You should talk to Yams about it.
That was 2 days ago.
No.
I'm over it.
Trishana always fucking lying.
I'm not lying. One thing about me, listen, a man with no future lives in the past. And I want my future to come. Whatever God got for me, he got for me. So if I'm really living in the past, I can't. Like, my good's not going to come. So I'm saying this to anybody who's like, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship. Don't let one monkey stop a show. Is that the
Future said, you found happiness. I'm so proud of you. One monkey don't stop no show.
No, for real. And I want that person to be the best he could ever be, whether it's with me or not. Don't say nothing else, because I'm not even lying. Guys, this has been another episode.
Wait a minute for people.
We have 1 minute. What you finna say? Okay,
so I really appreciate everybody who has been rocking with us since episode.
I'm going to start telling all your business.
Please do. I really appreciate everybody who has been rocking with us since episode 1. We are now on Apple and Spotify, and we just got an email from another podcast company that we're about to be on. But make sure you tune in, and also text Planner to 404-383-5199 so you can get first dibs on the planner.
Say that number one more time.
404. 383-5199 so you can get first dibs on the exit planner, and we might just send you one for free. So make sure you text that if you're watching this episode, and I will see y'all on the next episode.
And don't let anybody break your heart. Keep loving people.
Don't go breaking my heart.
Bye.
I couldn't if I tried. Don't go breaking my... And mics are off. Good.